The city of Philadelphia is one of rich history and passion, and you can always count on the latter when you step inside Lincoln Financial Field. Coming up, we got a good matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
30-yard line.
They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. They'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at 2nd down.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
From the 31, here's a 2nd down and 9. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. Now Burrow. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. 10 yards there and an Eagle 1st down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And we all know how talented this guy is who's calling the signals for him, but even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And that'll be incomplete. The flag was down, so they took a shot, thinking it's on the defense. Let's see. So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it. Play action. It's Burrow. That's into the hands of his tight end, Bowers.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver route.
And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Dexter Lawrence. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up fourth down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Kick there, but 15 yards on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And for Jackson, this may be a free play. Open man is Chase, complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. So offside's the call, and they understandably decline it.
And this is why we're seeing more and more teams hiring that one coach to the staff that's in charge of all these things. This one's minor. It's pretty easy to figure out. But all the game management stuff, trying to help out the head coach in his decision-making process.
They go play action with Jackson. That's caught. Puka Nacua. That is brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. 1st and 10 in the red zone. Well, only 3 plays in here, but really, Charles, a solid start for this offense, and now we'll see if they can continue their mission to end this drive in 6.
And I wonder if their play caller right now is reflecting on that last big play that they've had on this drive. Do you come back with something similar, or do you have a counter to it to kind of show it and go to something else and create another big play?
2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you expect it to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Now Jackson. This will be caught at about the 5. Will go down as a gain of 6. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. It's safe to say the passing game has found a rhythm. He's now 4 of 4, but might need to be 5 of 5 to keep this drive going here as they face a 3rd down.
And maybe perhaps you show a running play, right? Maybe a little play action here to go ahead and let him throw the ball downfield. I wouldn't get away from him flinging it, because 4 for 4 already, I think he's got a good chance of picking this one up here on 3rd down.
Give them a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now. The stop there on 3rd, they could have held them to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on 1st and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there, and I'd go right at him with another momentum play.
And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. So both sides of the football contributing here early. Their defense forces the punt, and then the offense takes it down the field and punches it in on the short touchdown run.
And, Brandon, that's good complementary football, and that's what they're going to need if they want to get out of here victorious.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The touchdown loop back out to kick this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. This short throw caught by Goddard. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession. From the 34-yard line, here's a 2nd and 5. They'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Now it's Burrow. He's got Brown on the out route complete. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Throwing is Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus, and indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
This will go to Henry out wide. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. Jackson. And he's got it. And the Ravens are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a 1st and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now 1st and goal, expect them to attack right here on this play.
Henry going to be hit and met at the line of scrimmage. They get him down at the 3. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
He's already found the end zone once in this half, and they do a nice job there pushing him backwards and denied his bid for a second score.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, second and goal. Now they'll send a tight end in motion left. Henry again. Trying to find a lane, but he finds nothing but defenders. Stop for no gain at the 2-yard line. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
But a spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the second score there. Third and goal, Jackson. Under pressure, no, he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. On 4th down, on is Tyler Luke for the Baltimore field goal. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
Back to it now after the made field goal. Here's Luke to kick this one away. Gets past one man. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here's 2nd and 10. Burrow looking to pass. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Now it's Burrow. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. Just a gain of a couple there. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Now that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. This is taken around the 12. A 45-yard punt for there on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Raven offense going to take over late in this first half. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
The short throw caught by Andrews. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
At the 23-yard line.
this, 2nd and 4. Play action. Now Jackson. Going for Chase on the crosser. He's got it. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. This one caught by his tight end, Andrews. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
First down. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Pass complete there to Nakua. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
That's another Baltimore first down. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
And Jackson throwing once more. Throw out wide is incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59-yard attempt. And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away, no good. And the lead will hold at 10.
And this is a commentary on today's kickers and just how good they are that a coach would think about running his guy out there to try a 59-yarder. Here it backfires on him, but as a kicker, you have to appreciate the confidence that they showed in you.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission. Oh, and that is incomplete. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. 10-0 is our score as we get started again on EA Sports. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the 2nd half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it. But I think these first couple of drives, they want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up now, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Buried for the sack by big Jalen Carter. I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, and talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the 3rd quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. A sack like that, maybe that can get them going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said, that they got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn things around. Let's be the force that gets us going here in the 2nd half and puts us in a position to find a way to win the game.
And that'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Here's Stout to punt as he boots this one away. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Complete. Jefferson the target. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
And this is what they're going to need more of. It's the 3rd quarter. You're trailing. You've got to come out with a renewed sense of purpose. And that's a nice way to kick off the drive with good yardage and a first down.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Short throw caught by Bowers. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
That one good for 26 and a first down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Up the middle with Barkley. And able to work his way down to the 16. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Running again with Barkley on 2nd down. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Saquon Barkley, a 16-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles are back within a score.
No touchdowns for them in the first half, but their defense kept them in this ball game. So now, maybe this can loosen them up a little, because they played tight so far, and they get right back in it with a touchdown run.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. After the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Ravens ready to take over. Still enjoying the lead here in the 3rd quarter, despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 24. He'll start with a give to Henry. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
Every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know as a defender it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
Going to be taken in here by Nakua. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
A first down carry for Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Second down and 8. Jackson from the shotgun. Quick slant caught by Chase. Well, that'll get them the first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure to it.
Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Jalen Carter able to drop in that time for his second sack of the evening.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there. Those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that'll bring up 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
A 34-yard attempt.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So that gets him a little bit of breathing room, but not much. And you have to think back to the field goal that he missed earlier. This would be a 2-score game right now if he had converted then.
And if you and I are thinking about it, you know he is as well, because in the back of his mind, he's thinking, I hope I get one more shot in an important spot. He just made that one. He wants one more later to truly make up for the earlier miss.
Back to it now after the made field goal. Here's Luke to kick this one away. No, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle it.
The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
Well, they always talk about playing great team defense, and that was an excellent example right there. Everyone on assignment, no one in the wrong spot, everyone filling their gaps.
On second down, here's a keeper by the QB. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line.
Brought down at the 31. A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 6.
Here's Burrow. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. He got out of bounds. That's a good thing, but still short of the first.
And now, since this brings up fourth down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves, because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them a first down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily.
They'll run with Barkley, and they're going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try the right side with Henry. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Throwing now is Jackson. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here is 3rd and 5. Jackson, options out left. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
I should probably sign a head, boy, because I got other heads, boy. Why that Drake, you got a chick? I mean, on my little mouse drip. Why that rapper pay your bills? Yeah, I'm on some rappers pay my bills.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to perhaps salt this one away. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7.
So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
Back to it now after the made field goal. Here's Luke to kick this one away.
Trucks over him.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
So now the Eagles down by 9. A little over a minute and a half remaining. Their offense has struggled all night, and now they need to find 2 scores late to try to pull this thing out.
Burrow completes this to Jefferson.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling has been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Burrow. He'll get the tight end Bowers involved there.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
This is all about testing a defense at different levels. Both the tight end and the receiver outside are going to run matching dig routes at varying depths down the field. This gives your quarterback options. He decides to go with his tight end on the shorter route, and he made the right call.
Here's Burrow. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? Not like any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
Well, this defense has been physical all game long, and it certainly looks like they're not going to back off and make things any easier. They want to keep making life miserable for the receivers all the way to the end.
A big play in this football game. Third down and 1.
They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds.
Well, they certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
Here's first down. Now Burrow.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Ball resting on the 20. This is 2nd and 10. Throwing, Burrow. St. Brown making the catch on the out route.
And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
An important one here, no doubt. 3rd and 4. To throw, Burrow.
And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown. Probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off. Coming from where they were, they knew this was going to be tough, but they got the touchdown. Now they need the miracle, the onside kick and a little extra.
Yeah, and you have to get the onside kick and not have the ball bounce around a lot and eat up time. You want to be able to grab it, possess it, and get your offense out there for what you just termed a miracle last chance.
Elliott good on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So 15 ticks remaining as they line up for the onside kick. And who's got it? I think the Ravens do, yes. And they're going to win this football game. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though, now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Down to a knee goes Jackson, and that should seal it.
Well, you really can't ask for much more than what we just had here. Not only a close game that went down to the wire, Charles, but a clean one, too. No turnovers in this contest.
And I think you're exactly right about that. To me, this is just a pair of offenses trying to find the slightest bit of separation from each other, and they were both hoping that the other side would make the big mistake first. But today, neither side made that mistake. And what we got, a very entertaining game throughout.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From Philadelphia, good night, everybody.
Just about set for football now at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. Tonight, a good one straight ahead. It's the Philadelphia Eagles and the Baltimore Ravens. This is fielded inside the 5. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. First carry for Saquon Barkley. Oh, right at the outset, he lost the football. One of the Ravens has it. After that fumble recovery, a big opportunity here. 1st and goal. Here's a run. And he's into the end zone. What a start. Derrick Henry. Touchdown, Ravens. Touchdown, Ravens. That is a dream scenario. The offense handed the ball 1st and goal. And, Greg, they take it to the end zone for 6.
They're not going to have many easier drives than that, Mike. I mean, to get the ball, not only in a short field, but in a goal-to-go situation, you don't get a lot of those chances. You have to cash them in, and that's exactly what they were able to do.
Nothing is our score as this kick is sent into the air. He fields it at the 8. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense ready to possess the football for the 2nd time. They're trying to hold on to the football this time. Had the fumble on the opening possession, which led to a touchdown. So they trail early as they get it back 1st and 10. And in motion is Brown. Fake the handoff, and now it's Allen. Oh, he's got it. His tight end got him. And they're going to have this all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Big-time play for Philly to gain of 43 yards.
How about that for your first catch of the game? I mean, to be able to attack the defense with your very first grab really sets things up nicely for the rest of the game. So defensively, they need to tighten up a little bit on the back end. I promise you that's not going to be the last time they call his number.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Ravens 26-yard line.
So from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd down and 9. In motion, it's Jefferson. To the air on 2nd down. Here's Allen. He's taken down just shy of the 10. 15-yard pickup there. 1st down, Philadelphia.
It's a really critical conversion here because after not scoring on your opening drive, you just can't afford to follow that up with a 3-and-out. So you find yourself down 7-0. Sustain this drive and at the very least, see if you can come away with some points.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Allen now on 2nd down. And he'll take it on in. A.J. Brown. Touchdown, Eagles.
Touchdown, Eagles.
And this is what good offenses in the NFL do, Mike. It's the ability to bounce back, even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan. Everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. But it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession 1. What are you going to do in response on possession 2? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6.
time. 7 apiece. And the kick's away. On the return, it's Keaton Mitchell. He'll come across the 20 and taken down at the 21-yard line. The Ravens offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. All even here in this opening quarter. And the drive will begin with first down. In the shotgun, here's Jackson. He'll find Chase. That's complete. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's second down. Here's Henry. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman. Sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the gain to nothing.
Jackson on 3rd and 2. He's got a man. It's McLaurin. It's a pickup of 13 yards. Good for a Raven first down.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
Pass caught left side by Likely.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
The motion man here is McLaurin. They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put an end to that play really before it ever got started.
On third down, Jackson. And that one's incomplete. They really ratcheted up the coverage there, and they force down.
So the hope is your 1 third down conversion from really jump-starting a possession that ultimately leads in points. But after that third down incompletion, kind of throws a wrench into those plans.
And a pretty good result there. That's out of bounds right at the 10-yard line. The Eagles offense ready to see what they can do. They'll have a long field ahead of them as they start 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Barkley. And a nice job there, sidestepping defenders on his way. It's a gain of 9.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Now it's Allen. He's got his tight end Goddard working the middle of the field. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. Eagles in possession to start the second quarter. So 1st and 10 here now at the 38. As we are ready to get back underway. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll only get a couple. Myles Garrett able to bring him down.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the first down marker. And they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
3rd and a yard. They'll run the sneak. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And that's it.
I don't want to take anything away from the quarterback here, Mike. He did a nice job picking up that first down. But this play is won or lost by the big guys up front. They're the ones who need to get off the snap on time, get leverage on the defender, and create the space needed for the quarterback to pick up the first down.
On the handoff, this is Barkley. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
We spent so much time, Mike, talking about these defensive backs and their ability in pass coverage, but when you also have a defensive back that can make plays in the run game, especially behind the line of scrimmage, man, those guys are just so hard to find. That was a heck of a job here by this guy.
So now they'll throw it with Allen. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. 3rd down, they need 5. From the gun, Josh Allen. He got this one complete to Goddard. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
The man is Smith. He's got him. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
They'll run the counter with Barkley. And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this first half. On 1st and 10, it's Allen. Now a screen set up for Barkley. And they're in business now. He is out of bounds inside the 10. A gain of 11, and it's 1st and goal.
Man, they're just running this 2-minute drill to complete perfection. And it's such a point of emphasis of every offense, Mike. These end-of-half scenarios to come away stealing points make a big impact on the outcome of the game. And they're knocking on the door here, 1st and goal. At the very least, got to come away with some points.
He'll be wrapped up there, down at the 3-yard line.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
Second and goal. Man in motion is Smith. Throwing on 2nd down. It's Allen. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Devontae Smith. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Greg, it's one of those, sometimes you got to feel like you know where the ball's going to go. And the defense knows it too. But it still ends up in that guy's hands for the touchdown.
Absolutely, Mike. In these critical situations, like down here in the red zone, it's players, not plays. It doesn't matter what you draw up on the board. You say, okay, who's my best player? Put him in a good matchup, let him go win, and give him a chance. That's exactly what they do here, and I think we're going to see a lot of this the rest of the game.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. On the return, it's Mitchell. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Ravens offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10. In motion goes Likely. Now Lamar going to hang on to it. The defense not fighting. They stay at home and they tackle him for no gain.
You know, Mike, it's funny when you're facing these really elite defensive linemen, sometimes it's easier to make them the read guy rather than actually try to block them. Unfortunately, they're elite for a reason, and sometimes they're still able to make the play like we saw here.
That one just too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
Jackson from the gun on 3rd down. There's a short one caught by Andrews. So the Eagles will use their first time out here, and they'll stop it just over a minute remaining in this first half. Here's Jordan Stout now, as he's on to punt for the 2nd straight drive. A fair catch signal and taken at about the 18-yard line. The Eagles offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. From the gun, throw here for Allen. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up 2nd down. The intended receiver was Justin Jefferson. And it'll be 2nd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop. So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
On 3rd and a couple, here's Allen. Here's the timeout for Philadelphia. That is their 2nd. Clock says 25 seconds till halftime.
That's good for an Eagles first down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. One more time going up top with Allen. Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately his passing game here today, Mike. And I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
Allen to throw again. He'll get this over the middle to Jefferson. They're going to work this down inside the 45.
17 yards.
17 yards on that connection. Good for an Eagles first down.
17 yards.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
now to try the field goal. This officially a 58-yard attempt. Elliott's kick is good. And the Eagles build their cushion to 10. It's now 17-7. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. On the return, it's Mitchell. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. The Ravens offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. They find themselves down 17-7 as this drive starts 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Henry. And they finally take him down, but not before he gets to the Eagles' 32-yard line. A big one there to start the second half. It's a gain of 34.
Well, that's how you get a drive started. A big play here in the run game, and you have to imagine this is something we're going to continue to see. Success early in the drive typically results in success later in the drive.
To the left side, caught by Chase. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 yards down to the 16.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start. Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
On the ground, this is Justice Hill. And he'll get only about 3 before being written out of bounds.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 4.
It's 3rd and 4. From the gun, Jackson. Incomplete. Coverage outstanding there. Able to jar the ball free in a big spot. And now it is 4th down.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on 3rd down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up 4th down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6?
Now Jackson on 4th down. He'll try to run for it. And he's in! Lamar Jackson. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Touchdown, Ravens.
You just had a feeling that this might be coming, right? It's kind of been brewing all game, Mike. You see it so often on 4th down. The most difficult play to defend deep in the red zone is quarterback scramble. The defense lets the quarterback get outside the pocket. It puts so much pressure on your paced defenders in the secondary, and they can't latch on, and he takes it on himself.
17. Ravens 14.
Now, after the touchdown, Luke is back out to kick this one away. Devontae Smith there to return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. On play action, Allen. That's caught by Jefferson on the right side. And he'll wind up getting about 7 yards as he is forced out of bounds.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
From the 31, here's 2nd down and 3. They'll run the toss to Barkley. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
So much of what makes a toss play so good is it allows you to get the ball on the perimeter of the defense really quickly, and it doesn't stress all of your backside blocking. But on the downside, it does get your running back running east and west. They're running sideways for the first couple steps, and with a defense that can run to the ball, they're able to get you down for a loss.
And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And while that's really important to create separation, that's really more of a man beater. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense, as we saw here, it's a lot more simpler. Understand the concept of the play, understand where the holes in the defense are, and get there and be friendly to the quarterback. And if you're open, stay open. That's NFL route running. That's what the best guys do.
A couple of first downs has them out to the 45-yard line as it's 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Barkley. And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down.
He's done a really nice job making the most of his touches. They've made it a priority. Let's use this ground game to try to wear down the defense. And right now it's one of the main reasons why they have the lead.
Out of the gun, they give it to Barkley. And he'll get a couple of yards, and that's good enough for the first down.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
They'll run straight ahead with Barkley.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment. Keeps this to a modest gain at best.
2nd and 8 at the 43-yard line.
From the 43, here's 2nd and 8. Out of the gun, here's Allen. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
There's certain guys, Mike, that have earned the right to make those tight window throws. And that doesn't mean that he's not going to get himself into trouble from time to time, but we've seen throughout his career his ability to make throws that other guys are either uncomfortable or unable to make is a big reason why he's kind of in a class all of his own.
He'll get this one complete to Brown. And he'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So, 3 quarters now in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. To throw is Allen. They'll look to set up the screen here. And he'll be out of bounds, down at the 20. The screen works for 10 yards and a 1st down.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left.
Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Trenton Simpson in there to drop him that time. It's a loss of 7.
Up until this point, this pass rush has been pretty non-existent, so a pretty good time in the game to get their first sack. They're trying to get off the field and give the ball back to their offense and see if they can pull off this comeback.
Allen now on second down. That'll be caught left side. It's Goddard. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
This crowd into it now as we get to third down. Man in motion is Smith. On third down, it's Josh Allen. Quick slant into the hands of Smith. And he will easily pick up the first down. They've got first and goal coming up.
Big-time completion right there, and this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the fourth quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this lead. So, really nice job here late. Let's see if they can put this one out of reach.
We'll get maybe a yard down to the 4-yard line. Inside the 5, it is second and goal. Barkley. And this one blown up. Good serve and drop him. A loss on the play back to the 9-yard line. Now the Ravens use their first timeout. Talk things over before third down. In motion is Brown. Allen going to throw here on third and goal. And that is incomplete. He was looking for his tight end Dallas Goddard that time. And now they're faced with a fourth and goal.
I think that's one he's going to look at on film tomorrow and watch back. I mean, there was enough space there to get the first down. I know the ball takes him a little bit out of bounds, but he's got to get your first foot down, drag the second. That's how they teach it, and just can't quite get it done. Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in first and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
And back to work goes Elliott after making the field goal. He'll send this one away. Justice Hill to return. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The Ravens offense about ready to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with first and 10. The shotgun, here's Jackson. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Searching for his Pro Bowl tight end Mark Andrews that time. And it'll bring up second down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Call it a gain of 13. First down, Baltimore.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second and 4.
Now, second and 4. To the air one more time with Jackson. The outside, it's looked in by Chase. And he's going to be out of bounds as the clock will stop. We would have stopped anyway as we've hit the 2-minute warning. Plenty of time, plus 2 timeouts at their disposal. It's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Right side, complete to Nacua. And they'll take this down inside the 35. Just his first catch. They have held him in check so far, but that one gives them a first down.
All right, this is a good start. Plays like these are definitely going to help as you work your way into scoring range. While you have to be wary of the clock and keep an eye on it, they should have plenty of time here to finish this drive. It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
Here's 2nd down. Again, it's Jackson. He takes off. Now timeout here by Baltimore. That's going to be their 2nd. The stoppage comes with just over a minute to play in this one.
That's another Baltimore first down. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard
line. So they move inside the 20. 1st and 10 at the 18. Jackson. A throw on the move is caught. And the Ravens going to be set up with 1st and goal. Pass play moves them down to the 1.
And now, after that catch, they've got a chance here late, Mike. They've got enough time to try to move this thing down. I think they can win the game on this possession.
Here's Lamar. He'll keep it on the zone read. And this is going to be a touchdown. A game-tying TD here in the final minute.
Well, there's still some time remaining, but what a sequence of events here, Mike. I mean, late in the game, they get the touchdown that they needed to tie it, and now they can take the lead with the extra point.
A critical extra point is up and good. They have taken a 1-point lead here in the late stages of this one. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Here's Smith to return it. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. So here's Allen and the offense down on the scoreboard. 27 seconds to go. They've surrendered a double-digit lead, but can rescue themselves as they come up with 1st down. Here's 1st and 10. Operating out of the gun, here comes Allen. Got a man, it's A.J. Brown brings it in. So the Eagles will use their first timeout here. And the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the ballgame.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Two timeouts still in their back pocket. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. He'll look underneath here for Barkley. Here's a timeout for Philadelphia. That is their 2nd. Clock stopped with 18 seconds remaining.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 49-yard line.
Here comes 2nd down. From the gun, throw here for Allen. And that one's incomplete, but a late flag comes in. Looked like he might have gotten there early. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. A run with Barkley. Oh, he's going to be taken down, and now they've got to spike it or get the field goal team out here quickly. Now the Eagles will use the last of their timeouts, and they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. So now, Jake Elliott, an important kick coming up. This a potential game winner. Got the distance, and it's good. He knocks it through from long range. And that very likely will be a game winner.
Well, there's no more pressure-filled spot for a kicker than that one right here, Mike. I mean, it's very simple. You make it, you win. You miss it, you lose. And what's he do? He comes through to not only give his team the lead, but most likely the victory.
Down to the final few seconds of this one as the kick is away. And he will sit on it here in the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Baltimore offense getting set for their next drive. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Now it's Jackson. Nakua pulls it in. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
They'll come up for 1st and 10. To throw is Jackson. That's deep for the back of the end zone. And penalty flags come in as it winds up incomplete, but no doubt there was contact there.
Field goal. An 18-yard attempt.
And this one right down the middle. It's good. So it's a win here for the Ravens. This one went all the way down to the wire. Late field goal with zeros on the clock seals the deal. As they come from behind, it may feel like they stole this one. They get the victory on the game's final play. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Ravens are victorious as we say so long from Baltimore. A look there at M&T Bank Stadium, just off the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Tonight, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Philadelphia Eagles and the Baltimore Ravens. From the 6, here comes a return. He's across the 20, taking down just shy of the 25. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. First carry for Saquon Barkley. Running room hard to come by as he'll get ahead for a yard. Xavier McKinney, the one who brings him down.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
From the 25, here's 2nd down and 9. That's Goddard in motion. Throwing on 2nd down. It's Allen. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
They go play action now. Here's Allen. Oh, intercepted. What a bad start on the 3rd play. Picked off by Alohi Gilman. And the Ravens are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover.
Intercepted.
Off the play fake. Jackson. That one down the field, but they cannot connect. And it's incomplete.
Initially, a nice job by the receiver. He actually was open downfield. He was able to get behind the defense, but the window closed up so quickly they couldn't get the ball to him. Prevents the big play.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. From the gun, Jackson. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. A pickup of 14 on that one. Good for a Raven first down.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
From the 22 now, here's 2nd and 6. Now the first carry for King Henry. He'll pop his head for about 4, but it will set up 3rd down.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
That's McLaurin open on the left side. And they're going to have enough to convert here. And it sets up 1st and goal.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback, get into the hands of his receiver, and then see what he can do after the catch.
And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of the 1st down. A pickup of 9.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
Now here's 2nd and goal. Henry. And he is not going to get to the goal line. In fact, he's even going to lose yards on that play. And now it is 3rd and goal.
Down here this close, all it takes is one defensive lineman defeating his block and getting some penetration, and that's exactly what we saw here. Not only to stop the ball carrier short of the end zone, but to take him down for a loss.
They'll let the fullback try to push the puck. And he's not going to get in. Tackled at the line. It'll bring up 4th and goal.
How about this for a goal line stand, Mike? Your back's against the wall, back-to-back plays, you hold tight. They set themselves up here to defend a 4th and goal try.
Now Jackson on 4th down. And this is caught. Wow, the decision to go pays off. Jamar Chase. Touchdown, Ravens.
You know, Mike, I think we're going to see a lot of this, and you know why? It's the new kickoff rule. So think about it. In the old days, you'd kick a field goal, you'd kick a touchback, and your opponent would have the ball on the 20. You didn't give up as much field position, but you only got 3 points. Nowadays, you go for 3 points and you kick a touchback. They get the ball on the 35. It's almost 30 yards of field position. You're just better off going for touchdowns when you get in here tight.
Now, after the touchdown, Luke is back out to kick this one away. This will be returned from the 6. Now an opening past the 30. Terrific return. He's taken down just shy of midfield. The Eagles offense ready now for their 2nd drive. They'll begin with terrific starting field position. It gets going with 1st and 10. And in motion is Brown. On 1st and 10, it's Allen. He'll get this complete. That's A.J. Brown. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. That one good for 8 dozen. And a Very quick first down.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
First one for Jefferson. And a first down to go with it.
First down.
We are through one. It's the Ravens out front. We'll be back in Baltimore after this. Eagles in possession to start the second quarter. Here's 1st and 10 as we are ready to get back underway. A very good throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
And it's going to be 1st and goal coming up. Tackle made at the 5-yard line.
And while it ultimately worked out for him this time, Mike, this is not a throw he wants to make a habit of because that was risky. When he threw it, I thought that ball was being picked. I think he got away with one here, results in a big pickup and get a fresh set of downs.
And he is going the wrong way. Tackled back at the 7.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal.
Now from the 7, it's 2nd and goal. From the shotgun, it's Allen. This one caught at the 4. And the defense trying to tighten down here. They're going to hold him to a gain of 3. That's going to set up 3rd and goal.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in
to the goal line and in. Justin Jefferson. Touchdown, Eagles. Here's Jake Elliott for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Eagles will level things out at 7 apiece. So back to level after the touchdown. Time for the kickoff. On the return, it's Mitchell. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. They'll work in a tie game here in the 2nd quarter and get started with 1st and 10. Ground control with a soul like Bowie, and I'll chop you up if I'm on the play. To give, heading right, it's Henry, and he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
2nd down, Jackson. He'll find pace, that's complete. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
So anytime you decide to blitz, the hope is that the secondary can hold up long enough to allow the extra pressure guys to get to the quarterback. But when you don't get to the quarterback and he's able to get the ball on time and in rhythm, there are holes in the back end, and they're able to pick up the first down.
Pass caught left side by Likely. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on 4th down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this 4th down.
Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, it's Allen. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 27-yard line.
Here's a handoff to Barkley. And he's going to be taken down as we hit 2-minute warning here in this first half. They get 15 on that game. 1st down, Philadelphia.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense. Really nice play there by the defender, Mike, and not only to force the incomplete, but it's the timing. Understanding if he gets there too early, you bring in PI. You get there too late, it leads to a completion. That time he times it just right and knocks the ball away.
That's caught by Smith on the right side. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a 1st down.
You find yourself in these 2-minute drills, Mike. They're pretty critical moments in the game. They go a long way to deciding the outcome, so it makes a lot of sense. You start looking for your top target, and he comes through for him there.
Throwing now, Allen here on 1st down. That one, it's on target, but it goes as an incompletion. Looked like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be 2nd down.
Oftentimes, it's the wide open ones that are the hardest to catch. It seems like the ball is in the air forever. You start overthinking it, you start really making more of it than what you should, and you let it slip away.
That's complete to big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he will have a 1st down here as they get into field goal range as well at the 17-yard line.
What a luxury. There's certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
And he'll be out of bounds. That's a nice gain, though, on 1st down. A pickup of 7. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. And in motion is Brown. Allen goes with a pop pass. And he'll be out of bounds, but he got the 1st down, so it's going to be 1st and goal. They're going to mark it at the 6.
That's good for an Eagles 1st down. 1st and goal, Philadelphia.
Josh Allen on the bootleg. And he's going to be stopped at about the 4. So the Eagles will use their 1st timeout here. Clock says 25 seconds till halftime.
4-yard line.
2nd and goal. Allen going to throw again. And he's in. A.J. Brown. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Touchdown, Eagles.
And what a fitting end to this drive, Mike. It only makes sense that he's the one that gets the ball in the end zone after making a handful of clutch plays prior to the touchdown. That was just a textbook example of one guy taking over the game.
The kick is good. Makes the score Eagles 14, Ravens 7.
Leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. Here comes Hill on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense going to get it one last time here late in the opening half. They'll begin with 1st and 10. They do try to run it out as they start on the ground. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. At the 26-yard line.
So we are at halftime, and Greg and I will be back right after this. It's the National Football League on EA Sports. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Ravens offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. The motion man is Nakua. A first down throw for Jackson. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very stout there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
They'll run out of the gun with Henry. And the woes in the running game continue. They're going to subtract yards there. A loss on the play.
Looked like that might have been a RPO, a run-pass option. The quarterback has the ability to put the ball in the belly of the running back or pull it on the pass. Looked like we might have been better off pulling that one because he handed it off, and there was nowhere for that running back to go.
Now a screen set up for Henry. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
Get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Eagles offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. In motion, it's Jefferson. Play action. Here's Allen. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of, That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
And he's not going to get away. They're going to bring him down on the other side of midfield.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on third down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on first and second down to gain positive yards. Stay on track, because you don't want to be in third and pass too often in today's NFL.
On third down, it's Allen. That's caught left side by Goddard. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on third down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun. And he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
On first down, Allen. That's to the left side and taken in by Jefferson.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 4. On the handoff, this is Barkley. Good running there. He's got the first down inside the 30.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
1st and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. That one into the hands of Jefferson. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line. 2 receptions for him on this drive. This one good for 16 yards.
It's like a textbook, methodical, efficient NFL drive. 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will, and they get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points.
That keeps them ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
Oh, he feels the pressure, and he'll go down back at the 6.
And it might have taken longer than they would have liked, but that's the first sack of the game, and it came at the perfect time. This defense desperately has to get off the field, and that play gets them a lot closer to doing so.
Allen on third down, and he'll take it on in. Justin Jefferson. Touchdown, Eagles. That his 2nd touchdown tonight. Here's Elliott for the extra point. His kick is good, and the Eagles will take a 21-7 lead. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. On the return, it's Mitchell. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. The Ravens offense ready to take over once again. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down. They'll start out on the ground with Henry. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line. They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a first down.
The ability to be effective on first down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a third down the road, They're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
Now Lamar going to hang on to it. They're going to work this down inside the 45.
A gain of 19 yards.
So we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. In the shotgun, here's Jackson. This one caught by Chase. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 1. On the option, they give it to Henry. And he's got it. 1st down. A pickup of 4.
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good run. 3rd and short, 4th and short. The ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and to say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to get a fresh set of downs, maintain possession, and now continue to find opportunities to go generate points.
On 1st and 10, Jackson to the left side, caught by Chase. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
Just a really good play design that time, Mike, from the offensive coordinator. They match up one of the most explosive playmakers in the NFL with a hook curl defender, and he's just not able to match up with one of the best route runners in the league.
And he's going to be out of bounds following a gain of about 5 on 1st down.
The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
Jackson now on 2nd down. The defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
3rd and short, Jackson. And they're going to have enough to convert here. And it sets up 1st and goal.
Critical 3rd down conversion there, Mike. Now brings up a fresh set of downs. You find yourself here trailing in the 4th quarter. They got to go down and score, and they got to score fast.
Well, a chance to get right back in it here. 1st down and goal. That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the fight. And it's 2nd down.
He's got to find a way to hold on to that one. I mean, you're right on the doorstep of the end zone. And listen, I understand that hit is coming. But guess what? That hit's coming whether you catch it or not. And you get paid to make the difficult catches. And I would classify that one as tough, but you got to make that catch. Give your team a chance to come away with this drive and some points. Coming into the game, this is something defensively you have to be aware of. This quarterback gets a chance and he sees some daylight. He's going to try to take it in on his own. But not in this case. They were quick to react, stop him short. Now brings up 3rd and goal.
2 plays at their disposal, but they'd love to get it right here on 3rd and goal. That's in the end zone and intercepted. Picked off by Christian Gonzalez. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. He'll start on the ground with Barkley. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. Now the Ravens use their 1st timeout. And they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
He'll stay on the ground with Barkley. Finding room at the 35. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. The defense uses its second timeout here. And don't forget, clock going to stop when we hit the 2-minute warning as well.
A gain of 31 yards. First down, Eagles.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. From the gun, throw here for Allen. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
Now tapped forward quickly, and this is Brown with it. And 3rd and final timeout taken by the defense, so a 2-minute warning, the only clock stoppage they have left.
3rd down.
Got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down. He's got his man. It's Jefferson. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. 22 yards to pick up there. Good for an Eagles 1st down.
That might end up being the backbreaker right now. This defense desperately needed to get off the field and give their offense a chance to cut into this 2-score lead. But instead, they now got to defend a fresh set of downs. And as you look up at this clock, they might be running out of time.
Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. Second and 10. Here's Barkley. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down.
He's brought down at the 20-yard line. A gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. On 4th down, it's Jake Elliott time for the Eagles. This one will be from 37 yards out. Elliott's kick is good. And the Eagles have run out to a 24-7 lead. So it's a win here for the visiting Eagles. They're able to get the job done in front of a hostile crowd as they come away with the victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olsen and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. From Baltimore, we wish you a terrific night.
Opened back in 2003, have a look at the Lincoln Financial Field, where 70,000 are rocking and ready to go in Philadelphia. Straight ahead, we've got a pretty good one on tap here, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on their in-state rivals to the east, the Philadelphia Eagles. And not much happening on the return as they get this to about the 23. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down.
It always helps when you get great run support from your safeties, and when you get one who can actually read the play and get upfield and shut it down before it gets going, that's exactly what you're looking for.
To the air, Allen. Well, he brings it in off the deflection. And that's good for a gain of 6. And 3rd and 8 now.
Well, sure looked pretty coming off of his hand, but sometimes you might have to take a little bit off of it. That one looked a little too hot to handle.
Yeah, but off the tip, hey, they still got the catch, right?
It's amazing, isn't it? Even when it goes wrong, it turns out right.
Allen. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now Allen. It's caught. Smith. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 40. They give them 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Another completion right there. And again, Charles, good time in the pocket. That offensive line on this opening drive been really solid.
They've been more than solid. They've really tamped down the pass rush and kept him safe in the pocket, able to look around, find his target, and deliver. He's got to make sure he tells their offensive line in the huddle, thanks, fellas. Let's keep it going.
Dexter Lawrence finding his way through defensively for the stop.
I think we got to give it up for him right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run, and he finishes that one off for a loss.
In motion left goes Smith. Allen now looks to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Now they're coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a 3rd and long. Now Allen. That is caught. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 23. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards.
Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his 3rd completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And a top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc. He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. The man in motion is Brown. And again, it's Allen. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Well, he's been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Allen. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on third down.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Josh Allen taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Eagles will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Let's make no bones about it. On paper, they're the better team. They're at home. That's a strong opening drive.
And just think how many times we've seen this type of a matchup. Just what you said, better team at home should steamroll, and we've seen it go the other way. Sometimes, though, they buy into it and understand we are the better team. Let's go out and prove it right now.
After the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 to 27. And now out come the Steelers. Looking to put a drive together. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Man open. That's Jamar Chase complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very solid gain of 27.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
They go play action with Jackson. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the Eagles' 38-yard line.
Play action. It's Jackson. A short one there to Freiermuth. And Freiermuth going to have a Steelers first down as he'll get this down to the 32. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with the defensive end?
But you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
Now it's Jackson. Going to be taken in here by Nakua. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. First target, first catch, and a first down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
A man who was the Georgia State High School Player of the Year in 2020. Here's Jahmyr Gibbs. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
2nd and 9. Jackson. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for third down. Well, you know, paramount for this defense is trying to keep Lamar Jackson somewhat contained when he tries to run. They did a pretty good job of it there.
And you know it's so difficult for every defense that has to prepare for Lamar Jackson? You have to think.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Lamar Jackson scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Steelers are an extra point away from drawing level. Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air.